I was talking to my friend the other day about when you first passed away. And I was talking about the gratitude that I had for the peace I was able to feel in the pain and the grief. I'm always grateful for my cousin who provided me with a place to live with no stress really. And he lived beside this big mountain, and probably not a mountain by US standards, but nevertheless. And every day, well, not every single day, but nearly every day, I would climb up the top of that hill and I would just commune with the world, the universe. It was almost like a portal between here and there opened up, and I was able to connect on a whole other level. Things became so beautiful. The grass, the sky, the birds, walking, breathing, feeling alive. It just became natural to be that. But it also allowed me the opportunity to be in that grief, that sadness, that loss. And it never gets any less difficult. There's so much to remember. From that final night, your sister's rushing to be with you. My sister, who now lies right beside you, calling me and saying, you have to do this, you have to try that. My mum, who now rests beside you as well, was so sick. On that very day that you passed, she had had a surgery to have half of her liver removed. So she was barely clinging to life. There's just nothing more heartbreaking or traumatizing than losing your child. I know you were 27 and a grown up and everything, but you're still my child. And I don't know how a person, I guess they don't, how do they live a regular life or a life that resembled anything before? But then I have to remember that I lived a life before you came along, and then my life changed, and now that you've left, it's changed again. I remember in those days after, I just couldn't imagine having to live when you were not alive. I miss you so much. Your sisters miss you so much. I'll never forget that final night at the hospice. And the nurse who was rostered on, I called to her and I said, something's happening, I don't know what's happening, please come. And she came and sat beside me, and I was holding you and watching you take these long laboured breaths And she listened with her stethoscope to your chest. I don't know how long she was there. I don't know how long we were there. I don't think it was incredibly long, but she just sat with me. It was just so kind. I was holding you. Your breathing was intermittent. One big breath and then nothing for what seemed like forever. And then you would take another breath. And then at some point, you didn't take another breath. And she put the stethoscope on. Her name was Billy. She put the stethoscope on and she said, it's very quiet in there now. Meaning that your heart had stopped beating and you had stopped breathing and you were gone. I don't know what normal is anymore. I don't know what life's meant to be when you have 4 children and you raise them up to adulthood and then they go off and start their life. And then one leaves before they were supposed to, or maybe you were supposed to. Leave little Austin without his mummy. I don't know. There's no logic, you know? I look at parents who are just in pain and trauma. You know, they're addicted to substance. They give birth to a child that's addicted to, I could tell a million stories, but the logic of why do some people survive and others don't? I know we all have to die one day. I'm not doubting that part of things, but what is this logic that a young mother, and I've seen this happen so many times, is taken? I don't know. I love you, Soraya, and I miss you every minute of every day. I live with this consistently broken heart. It's just always this dark sadness. It's always there. I couldn't sleep last night because I knew that there was a time in the night that it was exactly 6 years since you took that final breath and your heart beat for the last time. And I think what a sacred privilege that is. And to bring life to you in human form, and then to hold you as you took your final breath. I don't know where you are exactly, but some days it doesn't feel like you've gone anywhere. It feels like you're right there. And I kind of don't get it exactly. I guess I will one day. I want you to know, Soraya, that I remember you. I will never forget you, And I will always make sure that Austin remembers you too. I love you, baby girl.